This is Live, Laugh, Level Up with the types of gamers. In recent years, there's been a massive influx of people of the gamer population. What used to be a rather socially questionable hobby is now everyone's thing. It is now cool to be third prestige in Call of Duty. It is now cool to be Silver 2 in League of Legends. However, just because there are more gamers now does not mean that all gamers are created equal. Sorry, Thomas Jefferson, but you're a fucking liar. It's important to recognize the different types of gamers and the hierarchy that has been built over the years. If you're not aware of the structure, let me teach you. So you remember that old fuck of the food pyramid? You know, that thing all your teachers in elementary school try to shove down your throat, which is already crammed full of Mountain Dew and Doritos Locos Tacos? Imagine that pyramid, but with gamers. Now let's go through it. Okay, starting underneath the pyramid, we have the pariahs of gaming society, the trolls. Name, troll. Scientific name, Trolla, why do you even exist? Role, to make your life fucking miserable and feed off of every negative or positive emotion within you. Habitat, anything multiplayer or anything that involves interaction with other people. It doesn't matter if you're not even playing with them. They'll find a way to fuck you over. Description. The troll is a horrible abomination that was created by combining your third grade bully with an insecure and frail, socially rejected gamer that gets its strength from his online anonymity. Through years of rigorous training, the troll has learned to turn any situation to their advantage, exploiting your words, motives, and strengths. No matter what, you will lose to them, because in their eyes, as long as they've managed to waste at least 2 seconds of your time, they've won. How to identify a troll? Are you currently in an argument with them? Does that argument have a point, or did it somehow just happen? Are they seemingly content or quick to reply to anything, no matter how the conversation/argument is going? Do you find yourself dying internally because of them? Are you currently entering a murderous rage mode? Yep, you're dealing with a troll. Understand that the troll has no limits. This is that fucker that gets on a SimCity game and within seconds bombards it with apocalyptic meteor strikes and robots. This is that fucker that will trap you in a corner in COD and then pop one off so that all your predators know where you are. This is that fucker that calls top lane after everyone clearly agreed that it was yours. They always play the cheapest characters, use the cheapest weapons, and do everything that you don't want them to do. This is just the troll and their code. Don't beat them, just fucking go about your day, cause frankly, you already lost. A step above the troll we have the social gamer. Name, social gamer. Scientific name, Gamerus randomata. Role, none really, they just add to the gamer count and contribute to sales. They're cannon fodder, pawns. Habitat. Whatever is currently socially acceptable within their culture, including but not limited to League of Legends, Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA, anything on mobile or on social networks. Description. The social gamer is a pretty alright individual and an okay human being in general. The only issue is they only play the few games that are acceptable socially. So if you actually try to talk to them about video games beyond the scope of what's in, they're fucking clueless. Commonly found in colleges and high schools. How to identify a social gamer? Is their favorite game also one of the most popular esports titles currently? Do they seem to have no absolute knowledge of gaming history or any classic games at all? Are they pretty regular people with decent social lives and the occasional sexual companion? Do they not actually own an account to X console or X platform, but just constantly play on their friend's console? Do they know the name of a single game developer? Yep, he/she's a social gamer, alright. They're okay, but frankly, don't talk to them about video games, because it'll only be a matter of time before you realize that they're casual Cole and you're obviously dedicated Delson. While they're busy playing beer pong with their bros, you're busy raiding through the 6 with your woes. Sorry, Drake. Understand, however, that social gamers are like trees. They might be everywhere, and you might want to get rid of them sometimes, but trust me, you need them, and we should appreciate them before they turn on us. A step beside the social gamer is the pretentious pseudo gamer. Name, Pseudo Gamer. Scientific name, Fuckboy Monogamer. Role, screech loudly and prey upon dissimilar gamers. Habitat, limited to one game or console or genre. Common phrases spoken include X Master Race, X sucks, X is the best game ever, I only play X. Description: the pseudo gamer is a scumbag barely above troll and equal to the social gamer. They pride themselves in only playing one game or one platform. These guys and girls are complete shitbags who call themselves gamers but don't actually play games. Do not attempt to assimilate into a culture that you're not a part of. PC Master Race? You'll never know the pleasures of Sly Cooper or Gears of War or Mario Kart. Wii is for kids? My boy, you have never had a serious ass game of Smash Bros go south and suddenly you're choking your best friend and explaining to the police why they found your fingerprints at the scene of the crime. And to the dudes who only play League of Legends or Call of Duty and say it's their favorite game ever, you are absolutely right, and those games are truly amazing. How to identify a pseudo gamer? What do they play? Is it only one game? Maybe two? What platforms do they play? Ask them that. Did they just yell out something about how awesome their platform is and how everything else is pure trash? Did they recoil ridiculously at the mention of a gaming habit that isn't similar to theirs? Ask them if they're hardcore gamers. As I have deduced, it's a 100% purebred pseudo gamer. These folks are honestly just as bad as trolls if you ask me. What happened to the good old days when we all played games because we enjoyed them and not because they were a part of our favorite franchise or were developed by X developer? In short, interact with those folks if you must. But if you've ever played Fallout, you know you can only stand in a pool full of toxic shit before things get unpleasant. Entering the upper echelon of gamers, we have the Enthusiast. Name, Video Game Enthusiast. Scientific name, Gamera Fanatius. Role, to lead the general population of gamers and actively contribute to the community. Habitat, their video game decorated rooms, video game forums, and video game conventions. These folks think, breathe, and live video games. They play games, talk about games, and do everything about video games except directly make them. The only thing in their veins, aside from blood, high cholesterol, and a potentially unhealthy amount of caffeine, is video games. Description: the Enthusiast is like a general among gamers. They know this shit, have been through shit, and have become so consumed in their passion for video games that they cannot separate reality from fiction. They operate mostly normally in society, but they must mention or hear some sort of video game related thing every 3 minutes, otherwise they'll instantly begin to bleed out violently. They play a little bit of everything, and aren't afraid to show it using their game apparel, game houses, and video game wives/husbands. If there was a council of elitist narcissistic assholes, often with poor hygiene, that ran the video game community, underneath the developers and publishers of course, it would be these folks. How to identify the video game enthusiast? Let's see. Is at least one part of their current outfit video game related? Make sure to check belt, socks, wallets, and assorted jewelry. Those count too. Did they interrupt your monologue about your worldly troubles to make a game reference? Do they seem concerned with mundane things such as taxes, families, health, or retirement plans? No? Ask them to not reference video games for the next 5 minutes. Are they turning a disturbing shade of red halfway through the second minute? Is the area surrounding their computer desk surrounded with video game paraphernalia? Out of curiosity, is their wallpaper Jessica Negri or Garrus Vakarian? Yup, you've encountered a wild video game enthusiast. These are great contributors to video game culture. A little obsessed, sure, but it's better than having to deal with the real world's problems, especially if they're going through a midlife crisis. I suggest talking to them about recent video game news, but desperately avoid talking about their favorite games or anything that they're still horribly salty about. Rest in peace. Unless you want to be flooded with nerd rage. Equal to the enthusiast, but too busy with an actual occupation to fantasize about games, is the developer. Name, video game developer. Scientific name, Programmius Insomniac. Role, create the very thing fueling the video game community. Habitat, a dark room with a desk and 2 to 3 screens, occasionally giving press conferences or on Twitter. They tend to vary heavily. Description, the developer is a video game enthusiast in their own manner, but what separates them from the enthusiasts is that they have a job, and not just any basic job such as fisherman, medic, or lawyer, but instead they design and create video games. What started out as an adorable childhood hobby evolved into a sleepless, enslaving occupation that keeps them from their families and friends. It's a nightmare, being consumed by the very thing they love. However, their sacrifices of sanity, love, and overall well-being is necessary so that 12-year-olds can scream racial slurs while having sex with their mothers. How to identify the developer? Are they extremely sleep deprived? What was the last time they saw their family? Have they come to hate the thing they grew up loving? Do they make false promises of not being scumbags, but then load their game full of on-disc DLC and in-game purchases? I mean, this is okay, cause I clearly need Snoop Dogg's voice narrating my COD kill streaks. Yep, they're a developer. Don't pity them, as they've dug this hole themselves. Their quest for financial security and godlike reputation among the gamer population has led to desperate measures. With the power to create wonderful worlds brimming with imagination and creativity, they've instead decided to copy and paste annualized franchises and seemingly senseless simulators. Not that there's anything wrong with these, whatever floats your boat. Only superior to the enthusiast and the developer themselves is the divine and all-powerful pro gamer. Name, Pro Gamer. Scientific name, Pussy Magnet, Tias. Role, to lead the gaming world. Habitat, competitive tournaments, the practice arena, your girl's house. Most particularly your girlfriend's house. Description, the king of the hill, the elder god among gods. The pro gamer is the pinnacle of gamers. You know that cool douchebag everyone wanted to be in high school? Yeah, that's them. They are above even developers, because the developers lack the discipline and willpower that they have. Plus, the developers and enthusiasts are held back by meaningless things such as jobs, families, education, and social lives. The pro gamer knows none of that boring shit. They only know when to gank, who's planning at B, and which asshole needs to be nerfed. These pro gamers are like real life superheroes, except with more swag and less actual superhuman abilities. How to identify the pro gamer? Are they obviously better than you in every aspect in and outside video games? Do they have awesome photo shoots with them posing like badasses with an equally awesome background? Does their shirt have sponsor logos on it? Do they take their gaming extremely seriously, to the point where fun isn't a factor whatsoever? They're a pro gamer. The pro gamer is a god amongst men. They are the best and are superior to everyone, obviously. They are titans, juggernauts, unstoppable forces that make gaming the wonderful, great, friendly place that it is. Now, in retrospect, after all I've told you, and now that you understand the structure and hierarchy of gamers, you gotta realize, in an ideal world, gamers wouldn't have to segregate themselves off the boxes or cliques. I mean, come on, we're all just folks trying to play some games. And realistically, some folks can't even accurately be categorized in any of these categories. What if I'm a troll developer? What if I'm a pro gamer but also an enthusiast that plays a little bit of everything? What if I'm the world's best trivia crack player, but that's quite literally all I play? What if I don't even play video games? Am I even human? Do I even exist? Answer, no, you're irrelevant. Just fucking shut up. Realistically, if you want to categorize yourself or others and put folks into categories, go for it. Otherwise, just let shit be, because after all, we all know that at the end of the day, you're still mad proud of your pitiful league division and KD. And overall, you're still irrelevant to 99.78% of the gamer population. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and please understand that basically everything I said was meant in a satirical manner, and it was mostly just me joking. I meant no offense to anyone at all, or anyone mentioned in the video, or anything mentioned in the video. If you like this video, share it with your friends, and come back in a few days. Maybe I uploaded something new. Anyway, I got shit to do, so take it easy, y'all.